good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I am Planet Mitch, founder, chief astronomer over at giveawayrocket.com. This is part 2. I gotta get my lighting right. Part 2. This past Wednesday, I created a thought, and today I'm going to implement that thought. If you were with me on Wednesday, bless your heart, I got a little long-winded, but that's typical. But I'm going to try to keep this short and to the point because I really want to get this done without spending 6,000 hours going through the process. Good morning, Lenny. Thank you for tuning in. Lenny is here. Lenny seems to always be here. Bless your heart, Lenny. Lenny is one of my movers. He's in my movers mastermind. You too could be in the movers mastermind. Let me quickly give you that short little plug. If my thing works right, and it seems to be being slow today. Why did that not work? Oh well, who cares? We'll figure it out later. Here's the idea. We're going to dive right into it. If you're here, welcome. Thank you for being here. I am an upViral fanatic. I was trying to use a different word, but that's probably the best one to use right now. I firmly believe in building your business. The first thing you have to do when you're building your business is to collect people's information. If you don't do that, then you're never going to be able to communicate with them again. Firmly believe that. One of the things you also should know is that the money is within the relationship with your list. And notice how that zoomed in a little. Nurture your list. Treat them right. Get them up and running with what you're doing. And make them love and trust you. Okay, you can't make them. You can earn that. But one of the last things I want you to recognize is that the study done by Custora says that 40 times as many purchases come from emails and links in emails than things like Facebook and social media. A lot of people don't know that. And that's one of the reasons why I want you to stick around with me and I want you to be on my list, because I want to teach you this kind of stuff so you can build your business. Now, I raised my hand a minute ago and said I'm an upViral fanatic. I love teaching upViral. I love helping businesses grow their lists. Slight sidetrack. I was listening to Chad, I won't say his last name, last night on a webinar, and he talked about how his Facebook account was completely ripped away from him because one of the pages that he was an administrator for had a name that was, in Facebook's opinion, not copyrighted, but what's trademarked. And Facebook just decided to kill his Facebook profile, all of his Facebook pages, and he's had to start over from scratch. Facebook would not give it back to him. He lost it. He lost everything that he had built in Facebook. If you are building your list, those people have asked to be on your list. Now, they may unsubscribe. That's okay. They may never open your emails. That's okay, too. But they have asked for you to be in their lives. And therefore, you need to be building your list. I'm raising my hand again because I'm not doing as well in building my own list as I should be. Now, what I did was I created a store. I actually had, before I had my store, I have a WordPress site. And in that WordPress site, I had kind of a store, but it wasn't really a store. It was just a list of things. And then I went, I'm going to build a WordPress store because I have WooCommerce, and that will get people on my list, etc., etc. And then the other day, Wednesday, I was like, Mitch, you're preaching to people all the time about building their list with upViral, and you're not doing it. So I gave myself an assignment to quickly build this process, which is similar process. Good morning, AJ. Similar process that I taught a couple of weeks ago on the upViral Copilot show. And that being that you really should be. I thought I clicked on that. There it is. Good morning, AJ. Robin is here. Good morning, Robin. Thank you for popping in. Might be afternoon, depending upon where you are. Lenny says a very good point. All the risk comes on rented land. If you're playing in somebody else's sandbox and they don't like the way you're playing, it doesn't matter. They kick you out, you're gone. Your email list is the only thing that you can control. So let's build that. So what I want to do is walk you through my process, and I'm going to do a really quick review of what I'm intending to do, because what I want to do is show you in a few minutes that this video, and I might have to edit the first part of it and get rid of some of it, but this video is going to become part of this particular process. Okay, now stick with me for a minute and I'll explain that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over to Funalytics, which is a great tool in my book. Several of you know that I love Funalytics, and I did not properly size my screen before I launched this, so here we go. I'm going to just do one more quick plus. That's big enough. All right. Here is, why did it switch and not switch? It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Stephen is here. Howdy from San Francisco. And it is the 4th of July when I'm recording this. Lenny says it's also happening to many YouTubers now, those who are making real money. Yes. Lenny thinks I will use that next time someone wants to tell me how to run my business. Exactly. So many people are trying to sell you the shiny object, aren't they? Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram, and you can build your business there, and YouTube. #2 search engine on the planet. I have a friend that has a YouTube channel with, last time I checked, over 600,000 people on it, and that was probably a year ago. He doesn't have a list. I asked him, I said, are you building a list? He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh, this hurts. Because that could be taken away from him, as you said. Lenny said that a minute ago. All right, so here is the traditional lead magnet process, right? You have a whole bunch of places that you are going to potentially bring in traffic, and you're going to have an opt-in page, and then you're going to have a thank you page with probably a download, right? Simple process. Everybody understands that. What I intend to do today is to take that process and to conform it, reform it, build it into a new process where I'm going to use upViral. And it is not going to be perfect. I'm going to tell you this right up front because I am preaching over and over and over and over and over. And Lenny and AJ, who are in my Movers program, have heard this from me multiple times. Just freaking get it done. I am much more in quit over planning everything. I'm not saying don't do planning, because I still believe that planning is the #1 reason contests don't fail. But we're not going to build a contest today. We're just going to go into upViral and we're going to create a 2-page process where we are going to incentivize people to share. Now, in this case, and let me flip over to here. I have so many things open. Here is my store. No, that's the wrong keystroke. Here's my store, also called the shop. And in this, I have this instant upViral campaign clone scripts. And it's a free thing. And the intention of this is to give you the ability to quickly build an upViral campaign. And I'm going to dive into that process in a minute. But what I want to do is, instead of having an add to cart, what I want to do is to just have a sign-up form on this page that will be an upViral thing. And I'm going to, AJ pointed out a good thing, I'm not going to use a widget here. And I'm going to explain how I'm going to do this, because that's going to be kind of the afterthought. So I'm going to build an upViral campaign. I'm going to flip back to Funalytics, where there's an opt-in page. And there's going to be the store that will lead to the opt-in page. There will be a download page. And people will be able to download, but there will also be the request for them to invite their friends. Now, the incentive is going to be, and that's going to be down here, when they do this, if they get, and I kind of just tentatively just decided on one, if they get one other person to sign up for this download, then they will get the video instructions, which is going to be this. Okay, so I said before that that I was going to tell you how this is all fitting together, and this is kind of that piece, so stick with me here. I got a process we're going to go through, but this is just like you guys would be doing. If you download those scripts, you want to know how to build the campaign, and we're going to get to that, but I want to make sure everybody's on the same page with how this is going to work. And what I'm going to do is, more than the traditional opt-in and download, I'm going to ask people to download the scripts, but the scripts are just text, right? It's an ebook. And people have told me that inside the ebook, they don't understand how to apply those things inside of upViral. So it would be really nice to have a video, right? Which is going to be this. And inside that video, all they have to do in order to get to the video is to invite one other entrepreneur, small business owner, into the process, and then I will deliver that. So that's going to be this part down here, where if they get X number of people, and I'm going to say 1, it says N, I'm going to invite them, or I will give them the download. And we're going to test this. We're going to see how well it works. Today I'm going to build it, and in a couple of weeks we're going to be looking at the data and see how well it's working, and maybe I need to tweak it. That's okay. The point being that I want you to freaking get started building something. It's going to be imperfect. That's okay. It's part of the learning process. All right? But they will be added to the email list in this process, and so I'll be able to email them and say all kinds of good things to them. Lenny asked a very good question. But Mitch, if they check out, don't they give you their info? Yes, they do. Thank you very much. Right? In the current page, if they add it to the cart, and I've got probably several things in my cart, so just humor me, right? I've been testing. It's in the cart, and some of them, but if they proceed to checkout, they will I will ask them for their email address and their name. And then they will be added to so pretend there aren't purchased items here. I didn't plan ahead. But yes, exactly right. I would get their info. So that is still, even though it is in the store, that is still this process here. They're opting in, and there's a few more steps in there. The last step is give me your name and your email, right? So that's coming from the store. You are correct. Lenny is almost always correct. That's why I like Lenny. Lenny's always asking good questions. Okay. So what we want to build is this. Yes, Lenny. I like the checkout because it sets in their mind that there are things for sale. I am not going to abandon the store. It's like you and I are psychic or something. Because the last little bit, because I mentioned about AJ before, and I talked about not building this with widgets. The last little thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, because right now they should, when I initially build this, what they would do would be go from the store to the lead magnet to download and then go through the loop, right? upViral has this really cool feature where I can actually insert the sign-up form on my store page. And so instead of the store going from here to there, what I eventually will do will be to have them go to the download directly. This will still be there. People will still go through the viral loop. But if they come through my store and do the checkout, well, they won't do the checkout. They will be in the store, but there will be a sign-up form like at the bottom of the page that would take them straight over here. And I'm going to show you how to do that if there's time. Robin, bless your heart. Is there some time to talk about the new things of upViral? Maybe, if I can get through all of this quickly, which is my intent. But that's not my main goal today. Okay? Remind me of that towards the end, and I will see what I can do. But you'll also see some of that as I go through this, because I'm going to be in upViral, and we're going to build it. All right, so this is my eventual plan to add that form to the store and send people straight over this way. All right. Now, for those of you who've downloaded the ebook already or intend to download the ebook, I'm going to go over to Scrivener, which is a tool I use, and I did not resize this either. But what I'm working on is adding something to the ebook, which says, what do you need to get started with your campaign build? Right? In order to build your campaign, you kind of sort of have to have some other stuff. And bless your heart, Robin, I love you too. In this ebook, so I've just added a chapter at the beginning of the ebook. Now this is, what you're seeing is the editor here. You're not seeing the actual ebook itself, right? You're seeing the editor that I use to build it. Scrivener is a great tool because it lets you put in raw format, and then you can generate a PDF or an Amazon book or whatever. So you can do a lot of different outputs from the same original text, which is why I like Scrivener. It's a little difficult to learn and use, but that's a whole nother topic. So inside the ebook, what you will see will be, there will be lots of different sections. I should have just generated it so you could see it, but it's if you've seen the ebook, you'll understand. Each one of these sections has a hunk of HTML text. And those hunks are what we're going to use to build the campaign inside of upViral. And I'm going to show you how to make that happen. So in this particular case, this is the Safari demo. And when you use these hunks of text, you will start with a campaign that kind of looks like the Safari demo. And I didn't bring this up ahead of time, but I should do this so you see it. So I'm going to go to demo, and I can't type and talk at the same time. Demo Safari giveawayrocket.com. So this is the basis of the campaign, that the scripts in order to build this basic campaign are inside the ebook. All right, so this is the end goal kind of thing. But in order to do that, right, inside the ebook, I mentioned up here at the top, we got to have some stuff prepared ahead of time. I don't have everything prepared ahead of time, but we're just going to go do it. Stephen asks, is it a best practice to market from a checkout? Needs disclaimers. I don't know. That's a good question. And please don't take offense, but I don't want to get into that right now. Because I want to get through this in order to be able to deliver this to people as the instructions. Okay? Don't get mad at me, Stephen. So what we need in order to get started is this ebook, of course, right? A good solid plan, and I have a course for you to download or to purchase. There's the store aspect. That's in the store. We're not going to cover that now, but if you want to do more solid planning, I have a course for that. We're going to need a Facebook image for social sharing. Eventually you'll need one for Pinterest, but we're going to just start with the Facebook image, and it needs to be this size. And then we need some body text. So I'm going to kind of do that on the fly because I didn't create that ahead of time. I'm pretending to be just like a normal user who's going to build stuff kind of on the fly and figure out how it goes. If you're doing a contest, you need to know what the prizes are. If you're adding incentives, you need to know what those are before you start. Realistically, you probably need to know some more stuff, but we're just going to go with this for now, okay? That's all we're going to start with. Now, just so you know, I have been over in a tool called Relay That. Again, I've not sized it properly. Come on, Mitch, go to the right place. And inside Relay That, it's a great, great little tool for building images. And you can create the content once. And for example, you see I have 1200 by 628, which is the size you need. I have that selected, but inside of Relay That, if you select another size, they have a different template and they move the assets around for you automatically. So I can switch back to this and still see those things. But if I want to switch to this, and I could click this and I can drag it around and do stuff, right? And this is not really the right size for what I want to do for Pinterest. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it bigger so it's readable. And I can eventually change the words whatever, right? But I now have my Pinterest image that I mentioned. And I'm going to click download on that. It may not be perfectly right. I'm just showing you that you can do that. Now you can also use a tool like Canva. And I built this image in Canva in about 10 minutes. Now it happened, I discovered when I selected it that it's actually an entire presentation. But I just wanted this one and I didn't fool with the rest of it. So I have both of those downloaded, right? So that's the Pinterest. Never mind. I'm not going to show you that right now. I have them downloaded. So from Scrivener, I think I have everything I need to get started. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my favorite tool called upViral. And I'm going to resize that so it's the right size here. And I'm going to do a little minus there so that we can... Everybody with me so far? Anybody got any questions that aren't going to take me too far off topic? If you have questions, let me know. All right, so that's Scrivener, and this is upViral. So I am going to build a brand new campaign from scratch, just like all y'all would do. I have some of the assets already ready, and I'm not going to do search. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new campaign, and I'm going to call it what am I going to call it? See, I don't even have a name planned. Email script, not email. We're not doing the email one. I have an email script one, which I will also build eventually. But okay. It's just checking instant message that came to me. Enter the campaign. This is the custom upViral campaign scripts, right? Whatever I want to call it. I'm doing this on the fly. All right, so this Robin, is the new inside of upViral. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do minus just to make it a little smaller. If you want me to go full screen, if this is too small for you, let me know. I tend to like to do this because I like to be able to talk to you and enunciate with my face on the side so you can see me and what I'm doing. New campaign, nothing's in it yet, and they still want us to start with the incentives. Yes, they want us to start with the incentives, and so I'm going to add one because I'm here. Most people like to start with the landing page, and you can do that. You can skip down to the design template section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this is going to be an other because it's going to be an email. And I'm going to say it takes 50 points to get it. And I'm going to call it, just again, because I am doing this on the fly, video instructions for implementing the ebook. And that's probably not what I really want to do eventually, but I'm going to just go with this because we're doing it like I would normally do a campaign and just get it started, right? So I'm going to jump over to the points. So I have my incentive sort of built. We're going to give people, I don't know, I've been doing 10 recently. 10 for a direct sign up. And by the way, there's a screen grab in the Scrivener ebook for points. And so this is the old style of upViral, but this is just a place to start, right? So heck, I'll just do it that way. So this was 20. And I'm going to hit tab a couple of times to get over here, and I'm going to do 20. And this is referred leads. I had 100, so I'm going to change my incentive to make that correct, because I thought I was going to put 50 in here. And referred visitors is 0. And then in the ebook it says 20 for each one of these. So I'm going to put in 20. I need to talk to them about how the tab works here, but usually it would just be to the field. It's going to these things, which you can't really see. Now, upViral's new feature to help Robin is that those things were automatically saved. There is no longer a save button at the bottom. And there will be a little thing up here. You'll see, if I click that, you'll see that it says saved. So upViral is trying to save virtually everything for you so you don't have to remember to click the freaking save button anymore. That's not true on every screen, but it will be, I think, fairly soon. Alright, so that's the same points as in the ebook. You can just start there as we go. Alright, design template. What I'm doing, going back to AJ's conversation, is I am building a landing page here in upViral, and I'm building the sharing page. I am not using the widget in this process at all. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do add template. And if I switch back over to the... I'm going to hide... There's something you can't see. I'm going to hide it because it keeps distracting me. In here, I'm going to do the Safari demo. And in here is the Safari template. And I'm showing you in here where we're going to put the top, the middle, and the bottom. I'm actually probably not going to do the bottom. But the Toronto template is very simplistic. Right? Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for popping in. I forgot where I put it. Where did I put it? Where was I when I opened it? Shoot. Anyway, oh, here it is. So this is the same thing as this, and you'll see when I come in, it will look very basic, but this is the same template. It just looks a lot prettier, doesn't it? So that's where we're going. We're going in that direction. So I'm going to go back to upViral. I'm going to select Toronto. I don't need to do the demo. And they put up this wonderful green image. For now, I'm just going to pick one of the other ones. Doesn't really matter. And here's where my scripts start coming into play. Inside the editor, if you select something, whether you drag it, and I forgot to turn, I'm going to turn off my tool called Pop Clip because it will confuse you. Inside the editor, if you double click something or if you drag to select something, you have to select it in order for this to pop up. If you click on code view, why did I almost say code view? Then you get this text, right? It's HTML text. Now, I have the shortcut from the ebook, but I'm going to come back over to the ebook and I'm going to grab this top title section. So this is what you would normally do. Pretend you're in the ebook. I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to come back to upViral and I'm going to do paste. Okay? And then I'm going to deselect the code view. Now look, I have, and it looks different because this is an image, not a video, but enter to win luxury safari in Zimbabwe, right? Which is exactly what we have up here at the top, except this was a video and I added demo contest. Same stuff. Okay? So that's how easy it is to start building something. Now, what you would do would be to replace this image, right? So let's assume I'm just going to leave an image at the top of the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this replace, and I'm going to go out to my Finder and go to my downloads folder where I downloaded those two things. I'm going to sort it by date added. Oh, I'm not at the top. That's why. And I'm just going to do the... Sorry, I double-clicked it. It's not what I intended to do. I'm going to drag the one that I got from Canva over to my upViral, and I'm going to drop it in here. Okay, so let's pretend that that's what our social sharing image is. You can put whatever image you want to in there. Key is that you want to make it small so it loads quickly, right? I did not resize it so it would be really low. Interesting question. Lenny says, so upViral doesn't allow you to build that without inserting code? Sure you can. If, let's assume, I'm going to click out of this. Let's assume that I just have this text on my clipboard, right? I'm going to copy it, and let's just assume I had some other text there. I can go in and just delete that, or I'm going to do paste, right? Notice the color disappeared, right? Because I had the color green on this. So by inserting it with my code, then you're getting additional colors because that's what I had in my script. But yeah, you can just paste code in there. But part of the other issue, Lenny, is that sometimes, like this is like header sized, right? It could be different, and there's CSS is sometimes different. So even if you select something, it doesn't necessarily change up here. But my intent is that you, by selecting stuff and using code view, then you're inserting more of the look and feel that I've created in the sample. Okay? Does that help you understand that? Of course, you can just paste text in. But often what you have to do is go in and reformat it. Now the top bit up here is always uppercase. You can't change that. And in this template, you cannot change it. It's all uppercase. I've tried a million different ways to Sunday to change that from uppercase. Also in Toronto template, you cannot change the background color of this top section. You can change the color of this little thing by clicking over here, right? And you could pick a different color. You see how it's changing? Which also changes these icon colors down here so they match. But you can't change the black that's behind that. Little nuances of the current editor, and upViral has stated that they are going to replace this editor with a new one. So that whole thing could be moot point. What I'm trying to do is to help you get from campaign built today with the existing system. Now this section also has part in my script. So if I just double click here and I do code view and I do select all, what I'm going to do is go back over to my ebook, which is in Scrivener. I'm going to go to the middle body section. I'm going to click here and I'm going to do select all, and I'm going to do copy, and then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to do paste. And then I'm going to come back up to the top where the code view thing is, and I'm going to turn it off. And now I have the entire body section of that demo over here. Now I don't want this image in there. So it depends upon what you want to do. But it now gives you some formatting. It gives you some sample ideas. And I could, of course, rebuild all this with just my own typing and my own text or whatever. As Steven says, HTML often has styling, which is a time saver, which is what I'm trying to get you to here as well. Thank you, Steven. You are now going to fix all of this, right? In my case, we're not doing enter to win. I am simply going to say, and this is the part where I didn't have some fancy text. So, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my store, and I'm going to go back to, not the cart, but I'll just go back to the store. And I could have, I guess, clicked that. But I'm going to come over here, and I don't know, I just need some text, right? So I'm going to grab this, a title. I'm going to come back over to upViral because I'm building this on the fly. And I'm going to say entrepreneurs, and I probably typed it wrong, get, and then I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to do paste. Again, this is all stuff that you're going to customize, and I don't need the worth up to bit, right? I would also, so I did spell it wrong, I'm going to not add the dictionary, but you know it, right? I'm not going to deal with spelling. You guys can understand that I would fix that. And down here, what I'm going to do is say struggling. And notice the font changed, which is part of the thing that drives me bonkers. So what I often do is I just select text like this without selecting the whole sentence. And I'm going to start typing. And then I'm going to delete the D. Are you struggling with building your upViral campaign? And then I'm going to select this, and again I'm going to not delete that first bit. Then I have the solution for you. Now obviously I would go through, and I'm going to spend a few minutes outside of this. I'm just trying to get you up to speed. There's going to be some text here, right? If you're doing a contest, then you're going to have some prizes. I'm not doing a contest, so I'm just going to delete this whole thing. Right? This was just a place to start. It's not a contest, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that. So now I have my basics for my page. Okay? And I'm going to change this to download the scripts, whatever. And I also hate this, and I'm going to get rid of that. Now, the other thing that I showed you was that for a contest, sorry, I meant to go to Scrivener. For a contest, I also have the bottom of that page. If I show you the Safari demo, down below this, there's a whole bunch of text and pictures and stuff. Now, I could include all of that, but since I'm not doing a contest right now, I'm not going to do that. But all of that text is here, in this bottom section. All right? So I'm just trying to get you up to speed and create something quickly. So I'm going to do save, and that will be my landing page. I will come back and fix this text a little bit later. We don't need to spend time doing that right now. Then I'm going to create the social sharing template, and I am going to use Sophia because that's what I have inside my Scrivener, inside the PDF. I am going to delete their logo because I don't want it. I'm just hitting the delete, and I'm going to hit the delete key, and then this thing happens, right? So I'm going to undo that for just now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. I'm going to do the code view like I showed you before. I'm going to select all, and I'm going to come over to my ebook in Scrivener, and I'm going to go to the social sharing page. Where is it? Gosh, I thought I had it in here. Did I mess up my ebook and not put it in here? Okay, this is the Reiki version. There's two different campaigns. What I'm going to do is I'll just use that. Because that's what's there. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in here, and we're going to see what we get. Okay, success, you're registered. Since this isn't a contest, I'm not doing this. Success, gain unlimited entries, blah, blah, blah. Here's how to win more prizes. Obviously, I'm not doing any of that stuff. Right? I'm going to say, here is your download. And I will put a link. Right? Now, there's another way of doing that, but I'm going to talk about I'm just trying to get this created. So I'm also going to say oops, see, it did that thing again. I'm going to do if, and I'm going to come back and delete the T, if you get one other ENT pound, which is short for entrepreneur on my shortcuts, to sign up, you will get, and I'm going to wordsmith this like crazy later, the video instructions on how to use this ebook. And I'm going to come up here because I don't like how long it is, and I'm going to hold down the shift key, and I'm going to hit return. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to hold down the shift key and hit return because I don't want it to be that wide. Now, if you hit shift return, then it won't create a new paragraph. And sometimes, like if I do just return here, you'll see that upViral changes fonts and potentially other stuff. So that's why typically inside a paragraph, notice it's now small. If I start typing, it will do that. So if I want something inside the same paragraph style with upViral, I hit shift return so I get the bold text. Little tip. All right, so that's roughed out, really roughed out. Okay. And there's another section down here. Obviously, that's not what I want. And if I use the code that I have from the ebook, you will see that that is above the copy button. The Sophia middle section is what I want. Copy. And I'm going to paste that in here. And all of this has to do with winning something. So I'm going to fix that another time. The idea here is what I'm going to explain is how to get enough points to download the free thing, which will be the video. I'm sorry, it's not a download, but it will be this. But notice the title that we used inside of the incentives tab. Sorry, my brain went dead there. Inside the incentives tab shows up here. So that's why you want to wordsmith the title that's going to be explanatory, because they're going to see it. But for now, I'm just going to do save. We're going to figure out how to clean all that up in a bit. I'm trying to get through this. Sometimes you guys know I'm very wordy. Lenny, simply put, the current upViral extraordinary capabilities are only for the most basic stuff like short text and colors. The advanced stuff like long-form information and images needs to be hard-coded. Well, frankly, it's all hard-coded. I, again, am just using the HTML thing to help you get into a quick place to start instead of struggling with their icky templates. And most people, when they see the templates, because they have very little basic information in them, they don't think that they can expand that and put in a whole bunch of extra stuff. I think I clicked save, but I don't remember now. So I'll do the save. Again, I'm going to close that. Again, you would clean that up a bit for your particular campaign. Trying to get through this. Here's the social appearance. Select a photo or drag from your computer. I will just click this. And I am going to go over to the downloads folder. And I'm going to take the one that I did inside of Relay That. Obviously, this is your own text. I don't have pre-formatted text, so I apologize. I'm going to look at, I don't know what I have that saved. Get free instant upViral campaign clone scripts. And then I would put a description. Now maybe I did a description for this video, and we're just going to use that for now. So that would appear in the bottom of this. Why is it not appearing? That's interesting. I don't know why that's not appearing below this for a preview. But it's saved. We're just going to assume that it's really there. I'll do this. I'll hit a refresh. And there it is. Its text is there. All right? Again, this may not be the ultimate deal. Right now, what I'm going to do is show you that I've also included email scripts. So if we go back to the ebook over in Scrivener and I go to emails, the first email is here for you. And I'm going to copy that. Now notice they have default text for you, which is great. There's good text here. Shows you that you've signed up for this thing, you have total points, your referral URL is this, blah, blah, blah. Share with your friends and get more points. I have replaced all of that with the stuff that's in my script. So what I'm again doing is clicking on the code view, and I'm going to select all of that, and I'm going to paste, just like you've done before. And I'm going to deselect the code view, and now you're going to see what I have in my enhanced script. Great to have you on board. I hope you win one of the prizes. Obviously, I'm going to have to change this, right? I would love for you to share this with other business friends. If you do, you'll be the love of my life. And then I want people to be excited, so I grabbed a GIF from the internet. And then there's all this other text. And right now, again, I'm going to shortcut this process. This is obviously not a giveaway, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that. And there's a whole bunch of text in here that does not apply for what I'm doing, and I will come back and fix that. I want to shortcut this and just show you how it works. I don't know why upViral has this confirmation bar turned on by default. Turn it off. It really only applies if you're doing double opt-in, but I don't know why they turn it on. We will edit this one as well, because I have text for you for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, and I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to come over to the Scrivener book, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do select all, copy again, and I'm going to paste it. And right now I'm not going to try to edit it. You get the idea on how this works. Okay, and I'm going to do save, which, by the way, you still have to do save in that case and in the emails. I am going to send email on possible fraud. Guess what? I also have one of those, so I'm going to do that. Click all. I don't want to copy it. I want to delete it, Mitch. I'm going to come back to Scrivener. I'm going to do the fraud one, and I'm going to select all of that. Copy, come over, paste. You see how this goes? Deselect that. Edit it, because I love this little image of her going, no. And I'm going to do save. Obviously, I'm going to edit that. All right, so those are the 3 main emails that we need for this campaign. There is also one for the incentives, right? Send an email when the incentive, video instructions, is unlocked. Obviously, I need to go in and edit that as well. Not going to do it now. You get the process. Now, one of the last things I need to do is connect my autoresponder. I have several listed here, but you will potentially only have one. I'm using ActiveCampaign. I am going to put people on the Viral List Builders list. That form is okay. I'm going to put a tag. So I want, let's say, I'm going to create a new tag called Viral Lists. I'm sorry, upViral, and it will uppercase that for me because I have a keyboard shortcut that does that. I'm sorry, a text expander. upViral campaign script. Yeah, I did spell it right. GN script. So you can put tags in there so that everybody that downloads your thing will be tagged. I am going to put the personal invite link in a field that I have, and there's a long description of how to do that in other videos. Now, I also have the ability to put in a tag if somebody gets the reward, and so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to say, because I'm just going to type this, INCENTIVE, video, campaign, CAMPAIGN, scripts. I like to start my tags with generic words so that if I have multiple incentives or rewards, they will all appear alphabetically. Because if you did video campaign script incentive, then the next one is called Mitch's something or other, then they're not going to be alphabetical. So I typically do things like incentive X, incentive Y, so that I can, when I start typing tags or see them in a list, they're all lumped together. Like I do, if somebody visits a page, I say visited page name, so they all get lumped together. Side tip. All right, so that's how you create the linkage to your autoresponder and send tags over. Incredibly briefly. The last little bit is the extra scripts and other stuff like that. You can go in and add those yourselves. Totally depends upon how you're building your campaign. Custom domains is a whole nother topic. Callback URL is an amazingly difficult topic. Terms and conditions, if you're doing a contest, terms and conditions go in here, and I have in the Scrivener ebook, I hope, the summary of rules. So you could, if you were doing that, copy that and come over here and do the code view like I've taught you before, paste that in, and you will see a summary of the sweepstakes. theoretically, if you're going the full route with your legalistics of the sweepstakes, you would put longer rules in there, but often I just do that. I don't really need that for this campaign, so I'm going to select all and delete it, but that's how you would build it. I also typically do the second, I'm sorry, I am in the wrong spot. Let's not forget this later on, but what I'm going to typically do is if the campaign closed, now this is going to be an open lead magnet, so it's not going to close, but what I would do would be to put in the shop, for example, as my URL to send people if this campaign closed. Or if I have a generic link to send people to my next campaign, I would put that in here. All right, so again, all of those things get saved automatically. What I thought I was doing was this email notifications and selecting this basic template as opposed to template 2 or default. It's just wider. You can do this preview and it's just wider. I prefer that. Now, our campaign's ready, right? Let's go to the review and start. We've got the points. Oops, I didn't fix the points, did I? Or no, I didn't fix the incentives. That's a good, I love that new summary screen because it makes you think. I really want this to be 100 points, right? So I'm going to do update, and why that isn't auto-saved, I don't know. And go back to the review and start. I have the social appearance, I have the design template. I did not finish the social appearance. There are other tabs for Pinterest, etc. But again, you got the idea on how to make that happen. I have the email set up. I have my autoresponder set up. I have been in the advanced settings. Whew, look, we're done. It will give me, if I go to the Promote tab, a link here, right? So now we begin the process of testing. Obviously, I'm going to go in and edit the heck out of it. But let me just show you that the campaign is open and running. And look, it looks like we thought it was going to look. I can put my name in. I can put my email address, giveawayrocket.com, download the scripts. I should get to the sharing page. There it is. Obviously, I'm going to edit this. I can do the Facebook thing, and it will pop up my social sharing stuff. I could post that. Obviously, I need to do some editing. And look at that. I did it all in under an hour. That's a miracle for me. Getting all the way through creating campaign, right? Again, I have to do some cleanup. I have to do some more testing. I have some work to do, but I have created from scratch a basic campaign, even demoing how to do it and showing you all the process flow in less than an hour. That's pretty good. I'm going to ring the bell. Yay me! All right, so I can start sending people there if I wanted to. Obviously, I got to edit it. But I told you I wanted to do one more thing, right? If I go back to Funnelytics, I wanted to be able to take the store and have the form actually on the store, right? So if I didn't do that, let's go over to my WordPress site, and I'm going to edit the product. AJ says, a first for Mitch. Absolutely right. I've created a new product for the store. I haven't saved it yet. I haven't published it yet. But it is the same product as this one. But I wanted to show you without messing it up. Stephen says, great summary of the process +1. Thank you very much, Stephen. Inside this page, I have the basic setup. If I show you visual, it looks just like the other one, right? It looks just like this. Same description, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not go there. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go into text view, if you know anything about WordPress. And down here at the bottom, and I have not tested this, so this should work, but I haven't tested it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm building this straight through process. I'm going to go back to upViral. And there's my test, but I'm going to go back to upViral on the Setup tab. If I go to installation, which we didn't look at before, here's the URL. But notice down at the bottom, they have this advanced lead capture. Collect additional leads with a form. Now, I have taken this script, and I have already installed it, not there, insert footers and headers on my WordPress site. I have this plugin that lets me put scripts in, right? This adds them to every page inside my WordPress site. Notice right here, I have inserted that code. Now I want to make sure that it's, see, they've changed. I need to copy that code again because I actually copied it from a different spot, a different campaign, because this code right there is different. So I'm going to paste that in here. Now you'll also notice that I have the Connect, Retarget, Power Pixel, and other stuff in here. Searchy, Funnelytics, those are all other things that I can teach you about. And I'm going to scroll down, if I can get my cursor in a place that I can scroll, and I'm going to do save. Alright, so that part is in there. So what I also want to do is to take from the upViral campaign this code, and it is going to be basic. It is not pretty. It's not prettied up, but I'm going to paste it in here in my WordPress form as text. I don't want to do it in visual unless you're using their new block editor, which I could be doing, but I'm not at this case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do publish, and we're going to see if it actually works. Because I think it does. I have not built one of these recently, but it should be. Alright, view product. So I'm going to click with command so it opens in a new tab. There it is. It says free description. Look at this. There's a sign up form down at the bottom. Holy cow, it almost maybe worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, hey, we'll do non-Mitch. It's really Mitch, but, right? And I'm going to use this one instead so that I can see inside of upViral if I have 2 registrations when I click the submit button. Now, where is it going to go when I'm done? Anybody have a clue? Where is it going to go? So I'm really doing this, and it should go to the sharing page from upViral. It's where it should go if I know my stuff. If I don't know my stuff, we're going to be in big trouble. But that's the plan. So I click submit. Drum roll, please. Boom! Look at that! Woohoo! Now, if I copy this and share it, where is it going to send people? Is it going to send them to my store? Because that's where I signed up just now? No, what it's going to do is it's going to go with the viral loop thing, and it's going to send people here. So if I come back over to my Chrome browser and I do incognito window and I paste that in, you'll see it gets to the landing page, right? So this is as a referral. That's the viral looping process. So everything's working like I said it would. Woohoo! I'm just so impressed with myself. But it makes you feel good when it works, right? So let's do the double check that I just mentioned, and let's go to the leads tab and see if there's 2 leads. Bingo! Look at that! There's Planet Mitch and there's non-Mitch. Golly darn, this is working like a charm. Alright, now, what I didn't tell you was that I also recorded a video that I'm going to put on my landing page, which I have not edited. I recorded it just this morning. On the landing page, there's going to be a video that says, hey, here's some, entrepreneurs, here's how you build your list. I've got a way for you to shortcut the process inside of my favorite tool called upViral. P.S. Go buy upViral, my affiliate link. And I'm going to give you scripts on how to set this whole thing up. Download the thing, But oh, by the way, you're going to get to the second page, and when you're on the second page, if you share this with a friend, I got a video that you will get that will show you how to do it. All you got to do is get one friend to sign up, blah, blah, blah. So I created that video. I just haven't edited it. And I'm going to put that on my landing page, which is, going to be the top of the page. Not this one, but the initial landing page. So if I do this on here, there's going to be a video and explain the thing and how they can get the instructions. And that's what we're going to test after I get it all completed. That's what we're going to go on and test to see how well it works. I don't know. But at least I'm going to feel great and pat myself on the back because I'm going to be doing what I'm preaching. Going to be starting to get people to go through the upViral process, give them an incentive to bring in more people to build my list, and we're going to see how well that works. Everybody with me? Everybody got it? Everybody understand the whole thing? And yes, for those who have just signed up and gotten somebody to join the campaign and watch this instruction, did this help? Let me know. I'm always looking for feedback. Of course, you can always get me at giveawayrocket.com. You can find me on Messenger, all that kind of stuff. I am always available, as you guys know. And let me see if this works. It's thinking about it, but no, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, well. It was there. Wait a minute. It was just there. I saw it. There it is. There's my name. Finally, at the end of the video, I put up my name. Isn't that funny? Tassos is here. AJ says, now that this worked, can you do a quick overview again? Well, yes. Go watch the replay. AJ, funny. Aren't I funny? Steven says, outstanding. Thank you very much. Tom Masters, well done. Thank you, Mitch. My pleasure. You guys are awesome. For those of you who don't know, slight plug time at the end, I do have a new mastermind called the Movers Mastermind. It's called Movers because I want you to get moving just like I'm doing. I want you to start building campaigns. We have 3 people in our Movers program right now that are busily building campaigns. We have other people that have joined and are learning and they're thinking about it and they're trying to figure out what they want to do. But the whole goal of my Movers Mastermind is to get you moving. I want to see people doing this stuff. I have thought about doing stuff like this for so long, and I'm finally acting. And I there's a little slight blush. Maybe you can't see. It is. As my movers know, I'm pretty open. I do show people where I'm failing and where I'm trying to fix things. And this actually is one of those, because I want to be doing a much better job of advocating what I'm preaching, or doing what I'm preaching. You know what I mean. Happy to answer any questions for those of you here. AJ, realistically, it would be much better if you just go back and watch the replay. I don't think I need to do a review for everybody about the whole process. It's all right there. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's there. All you got to do is watch from the beginning. If you want to join the Masters program, the Mastermind, here's what we're doing. We're doing group Q&As weekly. We're actually kind of doing 2. My intent was originally to do 1, but we're covering a lot of stuff and people are getting active, so we're kind of sort of doing 2. We have discussion groups. We are doing campaign reviews for those people that are building them. I will be creating a campaign starter kit, which is going to include the scripts that you've seen now. You are also going to get the first stuff where I learned something new, and eventually I'll be sharing that with the general public, but the people that are in my Movers Mastermind get it first. I consider it a 3-year head start for building campaigns, because you've got somebody like me who has built over 100 campaigns, has over 250,000 leads in his own account. I think I'm giving you all a head start, and for those of you who are in it could probably say that it's worth it. For the first 20 people, it is only $97 a month. If you go to giveawayrocket.com/join, which I thought would come up, let's try this one. There it is. giveawayrocket.com/join. You can come in and be a mover as well. You don't have to be building something right now or planning to, but I want you to be working towards that, and we will keep you on target. I believe Brent, for example, is going to be launching his first campaign next week. I think that's what he said. I told Brent, by the way, that his campaign is not perfect. We have reviewed it twice. It is not perfect. It does not have all the bells and whistles in it. But the whole goal, just like you saw me do today, is to just get started. The long-term goal is to get you to be a superstar like I am. Pat myself on the back again. I'm modest. You guys know that. But you can't get there on your very first campaign. We can learn some stuff and we can get your first campaign built quickly, but I'm also not going to teach you every bell and whistle of upViral to confuse you. I want you to get started with a campaign, get building your list, quit thinking about it, oh, I'm going to do it someday. Get started now, and then we'll add to it on the next campaign and the next campaign and the next campaign. That's why this is a long-term goal or long-term program. It's not just I'm going to train you today and you're going to go off and go, well, that was fun. I learned a lot, and then not do it. Everybody in the program is going to be building a campaign. Some people, Lenny, have said, well, I'm still thinking about it. I'm going to do it, and that's okay. I'm teasing Lenny. But the goal is to get you to build a campaign. Even if it's just like this, it doesn't have to be a contest. Here I am showing you how to set your lead magnet up such that it is going to hopefully bring in referrals for you. People that you would not have access to before. I will be able to help you grow your list faster than just a traditional lead magnet. That's what we did here today. Again, it needs some prettying up and it needs some additional work, but you've seen the process, you know how it works. You see how it could potentially boost your stuff. I've worked with, I can't come up with his name right now. Sometimes names just don't come out of here. He has paid me to do a review of his campaign. He's not in the Movers program, but he is doing exactly this. He's creating a lead magnet, and he is incentivizing people to ask them to bring in 3 people. And when they do, then they get the video bonus. They get the actual 1-hour course as instructions in order to use the tool that they got with the free ebook. He's doing exactly this. And that's what I want you guys to be doing. You're all building your list. You're doing multiple things. You don't have to be doing a campaign that is a contest to give away a $10,000 prize. You can do this just like I did. I really hope you guys are light bulbs are going off, right? Email is your number one asset. I've preached and preached and preached. I don't do a perfect job of it either. I am learning, I am growing, I'm focusing on this for my own business. I've spent a lot of time doing it for other people. I need to do it for myself. I need to be able to find people like you to be able to teach them. That's how I want to feed my family. I don't want to be building campaigns for forever. It's fun, it's engaging, I learn a lot of stuff. But my real goal is to be able to help you guys do a better job of influencing the world with your products. That's my goal. In order to do that, I got to get you in the program. And again, the first 20 will get in at $97. I'm going to at least double the price after 20. We're at 9 right now. We actually have some of my founders who are, so we're above 9, but 9 are the new people. When I get to 20, I'm doubling the price. It's going to be $197 a month, if not more. And I think the guys and gals that are in the program now will tell you that the value is way more than worth $97 a month. And I'm preaching. I'm hoping that you guys understand how good this is. I got all kinds of stuff for you. Great question, by the way, from Steven. 6 hours a week training time for the Movers program. I tried to move the comments. My thing is overlaying that. There it is. My intent was to do a 2-hour Q&A. All right, so I am basing the program off of my friend Paul Pruitt's Dream 100, and he is mentoring me to do that. Inside their program, which they currently have approximately 50 people, they do 3 sessions a week for 2 hours. So the idea here is that it's like open office hours or Q&A hours. Come in, ask your question, listen to what everybody else is doing if you want to, but you don't have to stay for all that time. They're doing 3 sessions a week, and they often take 2 to 3 hours. It's a phenomenal program. And when I tune in, and I don't tune into Paul's thing every time it's offered, because sometimes I am in other meetings and doing other stuff. But I can tell you every time I tune in, I get nuggets. I take lots of notes in his program. And that's my intent to do with you guys. Tom, why can I not come up with Tom's last name either? My mentor, Tom, taught me 3 or 4 years ago to listen to what's going on in meetings and say, how does this apply to me? And that's what's happening. The people in the Movers that tune in, unless they physically have to go to another meeting or something, every one of them stays the entire time. And yes, yesterday we did 3 hours because we had a lot of stuff to talk about. And I did tell them about things that I am working on, like this, and other campaigns that I'm building for clients, and how well those are working. Tom, bless your heart. Tom says, do the math, $25 a week for priceless training. And realistically, this stuff, I know I'm tooting my own horn, but I believe that this is easily worth $397 a month, if not more. I mean, just imagine if you get busy, and the old adage is, I still believe is true, that your email list should be worth to you, if you're doing the proper nurturing, on average $1 per lead per month. And let's assume that you build a campaign and you bring in 1,000 leads every month. That's $1,000 a month of additional revenue for $12,000. So if it even costs you $397, $400 a month to get an extra $1,000 a month, wouldn't you spend that all day long? Not every campaign is going to bring in 1,000 leads, I get it. But as you nurture your own knowledge, you'll be doing better and better and better. I'm not asking you to pay $397 a month. I think that's what the value is, at least. We're talking about $97 a month. $100 a month, you get 100 leads, if you're at break even. If you run a campaign that brings in 200 leads, you're up $200 or $100. In my book, this is a bargain. But, you know, it is me. I'm tooting my own horn. And thank you, Tom, for that compliment. So anybody have any questions? I do. I wish you would join. I'm not going to necessarily guarantee it. but I believe that your $97 is incredibly well spent. Don't have to attend them all. By the way, they are recorded. They are available for the movers to come in and watch. There are even transcripts because I'm using a tool called Searchy. If you want to read that. Steven says sessions plus homework. That's my question altogether. I don't give you homework. It's not training, Steven. Although there will be sessions where I will say, like this, I'm going to create sessions like this for things as I learn them. Because what I could do is then turn around and offer those as lead magnets or actually paid training for those people who aren't in the mastermind. Because there's value here, right? There's a ton of value in what I've just shared. Tooting my own horn again. But I don't give you homework. This is you running your business. This is you building your list, which you should be doing already. What I'm trying to do is accelerate that for you. What I'm doing is showing you how to accelerate that by yourself. And what you have is me watching over your shoulder, like you've just watched over my shoulder. And what I'm additionally trying to do is to shortcut your learning process, to cut out the 3 to 5 years that I've taken to learn this stuff, to help you get to it in a much faster way. I mean, imagine trying to learn all this stuff on your own. That's where I've been. Yeah, sure, upViral has some training, but it's bless Wilco's heart. He's doing the best he can. His main goal is to build the business, build the software. His additional training helps you solve some problems, but Wilco hasn't run 100 different campaigns for different clients like I have. Wilco hasn't taken people through the entire process. Wilco isn't investigating how to use the tool differently. He tells you you can do it, but he's not doing it. I'm implementing this stuff. I'm showing you firsthand how to do this stuff. I am watching over your shoulder to help you do it. And if you don't think that's worth $97 alone, then I'm not going to say anything mean, but just go try it. Go do it. Go search YouTube and figure out how to do this stuff on your own. Go post questions in the upViral group and say, how do I do this? How do I do that? And wait 5 hours to get an answer from somebody who doesn't even totally understand your question. Is it coaching? It's group coaching. Homework includes your own client work. Yes. If you want to use this for clients, absolutely. I will help you build campaigns for your clients. I will answer whatever questions you have. Mike came in. I personally coached him for 2 hours, 3 hours this past week, which he paid for. He's in the Movers program. He also paid me for one-on-one coaching. But yesterday we spent almost 45 minutes answering his questions that came out of the session before. Viral clients, yes. The goal is to answer your questions and get you moving. And I would love to have each and every one of you that aren't already in the Movers Mastermind to join me. But again, the first 20, after that, it's going to be much more expensive. Double, if not more. And that $97 is grandfathered. Or, what's another term? As long as you stick around, you are only paying $97 a month. That's my deal. That's my agreement with you. So going back to this, Stephen, yes, there will be sessions. You can, if you want to watch the replays, you can watch them on 2x speed to get through them faster if you want. I'm not assigning homework, but building your business is the homework, yes. You are going to be building your business. I am trying to hold people accountable, and I have fun with it, tease them, urge them. Will try to be your accountability partner, to get you moving. If you want to just tune in and listen, that's okay. If you want to ask questions to help you grow, that's okay too. I'm not going to assign you homework, and I'm not just going to stand over you and lecture you. We're here to help each other. And that's one of the other benefits, by the way, of being in a group environment, which happened yesterday and Tuesday. Other people were helping. It's not just me. I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. And I don't always have my brain recalling things, and I don't always perfectly know how to help somebody. But by having other people in the group that are doing similar things, we often have comments of, well, have you thought about doing this? What if you did that? And actually yesterday, towards the end of the conversation, and yes, it was 3 hours, but Mike asked a question about how we could structure a campaign for schools to encourage schools to do X, Y, and Z. And I was like, no, you can't do that. No, that's not going to work. No. And then he said something, and I went, holy crap, Mike. I never thought of that. And it's something that I'm going to now have in my arsenal to teach people. But it was like one of these light bulb moments for me. I mean, I'm actually getting goosebumps because it was I had locked it out saying, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. And when he finally made me understand what he was thinking, I was like, holy crap, you can do that. And it was kind of awesome. And that's the kind of stuff that I want to be doing for you guys. We can learn from each other. I can teach you. I can shortcut the process. If you want to build your business, if you want to build your email list, if you want to serve your people, come join us on the Movers program. Totally want you guys there. And yes, I'm preaching. Here's the link again if you don't remember what it was. It's a simple link. giveawayrocket.com/join. Steven says, behind the fancy blue Movers link, walk the walk before you talk the talk. Book learning doesn't make good coders or engineers or good marketers. You're absolutely right. Which is also part of the reason why, for the longest time, I've had a bit of an imposter syndrome, as Stu McLaren says from Tribe. Because I have not been, let me be clear. I've done over 100 campaigns. I have helped students build campaigns. I have just not been applying it to my own business. And that's what I'm starting to do, is to apply it directly in my own business, because I was going down what I thought were distracted or easier or different ways. AJ says, thank you for taking your time off Independence Day to be with us while my chicken parts are on the grill smoking. You're welcome, AJ. I am kind of in the COVID, God, what's the word? It's an M word. Hermit. See? An M word. A hermit mode. We're not doing a whole lot today. I'm still doing business stuff for most of the day. But that's what I typically do. My wife does her thing. My two college-age kids are both home right now, and they are doing their own things. Do you remember being a teenager? Now they're over 20. Typically they like to just go in their own rooms and do their own things. And we periodically get together for dinner or something in the afternoon. Right now we're on a Mario Kart kick, and in the evenings the four of us do Mario Kart. So we're doing video games most of the evening and yelling and screaming and cussing each other out. It's kind of fun, but you do what families do. But I'm still working. I tend to work 7 days a week. So, and happy Independence Day here in the United States, 4th of July. But if you don't have any other questions, I think I am finished urging you to join us. And I am trying to get people in this program because I do need to bring in income to feed my family. But my whole goal is to serve you. I am so lit up by what we're doing in the Movers program. I'm kind of like kicking myself because I've wanted to do a mastermind for multiple years. I've said it multiple times. I want to do more to serve people to help them grow their business. I have done a lot of that just giving information and value. I am at the point now where I need to monetize that as I am helping people, and like I said, I've helped clients that have helped feed my family. I've done training before. Lenny has been witness to that before. I want all of y'all to be in this program. I am really lit up by the way the mastermind is going. And if you come in and you decide it's not for you, that's okay. You don't have to stick around. But I think you'll be amazed at what's going on. And again, I was planning to do just one time a week for, 4 times a month, 4.2 or whatever the math works out. But we've had so much going on, we've been doing twice a week. That may not be the final thing. We may cut back to 1. It just depends. But I'm here to serve, and therefore that's why we're doing 2 a week. And again, you don't have to watch them all. You can tune in, ask questions, go away. If that's what you need, that's okay. Happy to serve you if you want to come in. All right. Again, if you want to join, here is the link. If you haven't seen it enough, it's simple. Steven says, AJ, you're my hero for smoking and stuff on the grill, the chicken. I would love to be over there, AJ, because nobody in my family really likes to cook. Oh. All right. Any last second questions, any conversations you want to have, let me know. I will always answer your questions on Facebook, or if you want to message me on Messenger, I'm always available. Happy 4th of July. I'm stalling just a tiny little bit to see if there are any last second questions. Anybody? Bueller? No? Nobody's popping in with questions. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. This will be available as a recording. Obviously, it will be part of the campaign when I finish it. And I hope that served you for today. And I will catch you again. Monday is the very first live event of the week. And that will be the Monday tip of the week for contest building. And I will see you all then.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
I do. That's a great piece of advice.
Bye! Bye, everybody!
And it didn't do what it's supposed to do. See, these shortcuts don't always work.
I had a fun time. Now turn that off.
Oh, well. We'll see you on Monday.